That a student has been shot and wounded during clashes between protesting students and police in Johannesburg. This happened a little earlier. Police used tear gas to disperse the crowd. A number of students have also been arrested. Students, of course, countrywide demonstrating today. They're demanding that those who are in debt be allowed to register and that historical debt be wiped out. Our reporter Slindele Masikane is live on scene for us now and joins us. Slee, you are in Wits at the moment. Could you tell us what you have been able to ascertain about this young woman who we understand may have been shot with a rubber bullet?
Sorry, I just want to move out of shot because I am walking backwards. I'm going to ask the director to just for us to move a little bit faster as I talk to you. We are following the students who are heading to the Hillbrow police station. That is where some of the students who were protesting, I assume that's where they believe that they're being kept, because we understand a few have been arrested. But in terms of the young lady who was shot this afternoon and wounded, what we know is that once the protesters made it back to the Braamfontein business district, the police were a bit more forceful in terms of how they were engaging with them. For most of the morning, they've just been using water cannons to disperse them. But once we got back to the Braamfontein CBD, that is when they started using tear gas and what we understand now to also be rubber bullets, because this young woman has a very deep flesh wound. And me and the rest of our colleagues did not really hear a gunshot that may have sounded like live ammunition, but what we understand is that if a rubber bullet is shot within a very close range, it can wound somebody quite badly. So the young lady has been transported to a hospital, and as you see in front of us, we still have a small group that's now made it to the Hillbrow police station, where I assume they will be checking on their members, whether they are there, and possibly laying some charges. I can't tell you for sure. I will know once we get there, but yeah. You know, there's been a bit of a standoff between students and I, who do not want to engage with me.
Absolutely.
So I can only tell you what I see.
I understand completely. So earlier when we chatted and before the incident, we saw in your shot there were members of the JMPD. If any shots were fired, and I understand that you're still trying to piece together exactly what happened, would they have come from the JMPD, or were there other members of the police force, different groupings in that area at the time?
There were definitely members from the police force. Whether it is members of the public order policing, I'm not sure. But we definitely had Caspers, as well as a police helicopter hovering above as students were protesting from Auckland Park, as well as in Braamfontein. Right. So where the rubber bullets may have come from, I suspect it has been from the police and law enforcement, public order policing in particular, because that is when they started using tear gas and being a little bit more forceful in how they were trying to disperse the crowds.
All right, well, we'll let you follow that protest as it makes its way to the Hillbrow police station, where we understand, as Slee explains to us, a number of student leaders may have been arrested and are being taken there now. Of course, we're also trying to piece together exactly what has happened. A young woman has a very deep flesh wound. It looks like possibly it was a rubber bullet, possibly fired by a member of the police force. It's been a very turbulent day. Earlier this afternoon, of course, Slee was on campus at the University of Johannesburg, where she and her camera person, Ditiro Selepe, were intimidated because they are from ENCA. They were told by EFF students that they were not allowed to be reporting on the story. And of course, that goes against media freedom, constitutional rights, and Slee was very clear that they had no right to say that to her. But there were some very tense moments. So